against Birdie, but man, that was a good one to see, right? I'm really impressed that he brought that character out, especially because Menardi has been dropping people left and right all weekend.
We talked about how stacked this bracket was, and the fact that Menardi is here on winner's side of a bracket this stacked is actually crazy to me. Like, he's not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying that this competition here at this event is actually some of the best in the world.
Right, and his character, Birdie, is not considered like one of the strongest characters in the game, so to do it with that character is incredibly impressive. You can see now where that puts us in the bracket. Justin Wong in winners finals. That'll guarantee him a top 3 spot. Menardi, he drops down to that loser's quarter. He's going to play the winner of Punk and Momochi. A tough draw, but Punk, you know, if he wins that, he'll have to go against Mena, and that's a good matchup for Mena, honestly. If you're him, you might be rooting, I mean, either of those characters are fine for Birdie, but you might be rooting for a chance to play Punk again, since Punk defeated him not too long ago at CEO. But we're going to move into the other side of this winner's bracket in a second here. Tokido versus Fuudo. This is 2 of the legends from Japan.
Definitely considered gods of the Street Fighter world and just of the FGC in general. Multi-game players coming up. I mean, personally, everybody's a big fan of Tokido. He is the EVO champ, and I feel like there's so much left to see now, especially considering that Menardi's at the bottom half of that bracket. So before we get into that next match, we're going to go to an interview with Born Free down on the floor.
Hey guys, I've got Justin with me. Justin, congratulations. Made it to winners finals, man. Tell me about that match. Why do you pick Ed?
I don't like Karen versus Birdie, and Mena beat me last tournament, so I decided to choose Ed because I think Ed was more a solid pick. Not a lot of people know how to fight him. He's a new character, and I mean, he's cool, man. I like him a lot.
Cool. So just tell me, next match coming up, right? Who do you want out of Fuudo and Tokido?
I think, personally, for me to keep winning and advancing, Fuudo would probably be an easier pick for me, but obviously I want Tokido to win because we're both on the same team. But usually Tokido beats me a lot. So hopefully if I do beat Tokido this tournament, it'll be awesome because I never really beat Tokido that much.
All right, so we might see a team kill. I'm going to send it back to the commentary desk.
Thanks very much for the interview. Interesting thoughts from Justin Wong, talking a lot about why he did pick that character, Ed. And, you know, it's fun for us to speculate, but interesting to hear his answer to the question. And he's rooting, he said kind of, you know, it's weird, like he wants the Overlord Rick Fox to be happy on the Air Fox 1 wherever he's flying around, to be pleased that Echo Fox is in the winter finals together. They do have 3 players in this top 8, you know, if you count Momochi as well. But Fuudo holding it down. He says he has better results against Fuudo, and that makes a lot of sense. You can see the handshake between these two. You know, fellow countrymen players, they play each other a lot. The Japanese contingent, they get together, they train together, they make sure that their region is strong. Traditionally, Japan has been the best region in all of fighting games, you know. They don't always have a presence in a lot of other games, but in fighting games, you know, in Street Fighter especially, they are incredibly strong, always the region to beat.
It's definitely a thing to see. To be here now with the opportunity to see these guys play each other in a bracket like this, especially like you said, these guys are basically training partners. They meet up a lot in tournaments because of how strong they are. And that's what I love about Street Fighter V. The fact that this is basically a new generation of Street Fighter. We get to see players like Menardi. We get to see players like Punk come out and play these guys, and they have to adjust. And that, to me, is one of the better things about what we do and watching and playing Street Fighter V.
Exactly, and you know, the interesting thing here, as you mentioned, we're going to get to see these two play, but despite who wins, we're going to have 2 veterans in our winners finals. Justin Wong versus either Tokido or Fuudo of Japan. Both of these guys, you know, vets, they've been playing for so long, and so despite all the young kids around, you know, doing super well, these guys are holding it down. So this will be an interesting match. There's a lot of adjustments these two will have to make. Since they play each other often, there's a ton of experience. It really is about who plays better on this day.
It's true. Here we go. Now, Tokido known to be the murder face. Playing with Akuma, a lot coming from Akuma, especially after that recent update where he got a little more life. Gave him more of a fighting chance, and he's going to need it versus a character like Mika, who takes off a lot of damage once she gets in. Definitely one of the heavy hitters, I would say.
I mean, so is Akuma. Look at that red up there on the top right. So much damage on that, but Fuudo has an opportunity here. Went for some kind of meaty, but Tokido with that wake-up standing jab, it's a very fast kind of check to make sure that your opponent's being honest. And, you know, if you don't know much about Akuma in this game, he is a little different, but still incredibly strong at all things, right? He's got every kind of tool that you would want in a character. And the thing about Tokido is that He is one of the sole people who is maining this character, right?
Yeah.
So if you want Akuma experience, there's almost no one in the world that can give you the same kind of level that Tokido can.
Oh, nice. Changes up the trajectory with that dive kick, and it opens up Fuudo. And now the corner is looking really good for Tokido.
Yeah, he's looking very commanding in this. He's controlling the neutral very well with his grounded buttons and whip punishing, and also the fireball. But there's a little buffer from Fuudo. Clean anti-air.
Brimstone into the corner. Now you're going to see Fuudo start that offense. Summons Nadeshko. The delayed comes from the side, and what an EXDP to stop all of that.
Activates off the fireball here. Tokido with a good position, but look at the air-to-air jump medium punch from Fuudo. It's a good opportunity for him to tack on a little bit of damage.
Oh,
dangerous.
What a delay. Yeah, you're dancing with the devil right now. Oh, nice. There's that EX wingless airplane. Tokido answers back, and he's going to turn it up a little bit. Life not in his favor, and a crouching light kick to take back that round. We're tied 1 round in, and that's how you know we're looking at some top players right here. This is 1 round apiece in the first game versus the Evo champ.
Yeah, and I mean, Fuudo, you see the little buffers he has with that standing medium punch. He's walking just out of range and inputting it, hoping that Tokido hits a, yeah, just like that, hoping that he hits a button into it. So that's really kind of the preemptive ground game that we're seeing from Fuudo here.
And quite some time ago, I remember we were actually commentating together, and you were like, Fuudo works with the fear of command grab. And you're like, why don't you just, like, hit a button? It's like, well, that's how you get opened up. That's when that standing strong comes in. That standing light kick does a lot of work, and just like that, you get it opened up because people think that you're going to go for the throw when you just open them up with a low.
Exactly, and that's what we just saw right there, right? He walked up and finally opened him up with a command throw. That'll make you want to jump. That'll mean you get hit by the medium punch, and it all adds up. Tokido with a lot of resources here, but Fuudo, that dangerous CA confirm in the bottom right. You can see it out of the air.
Nice. Using that V trigger lets you get an extra chance to react to a jump in, and that's what you saw right there. Oh, there's Tatsu into the corner, uses that fireball and the DP trigger to get the knockdown, and look at that damage output, and he's right back in the game. There's a V reversal from Fuudo, and anything right now is going to give him this match.
See, Tokido retreating. He wants his gray life to come back. You can see it in the top left. It's now come back.
Oh, wow.
Scary.
Oh, my God.
Both of them are 1 hit from winning. This is any hit confirmed from either character can kill. It makes every choice so important. That fireball landing gave Tokido.
Oh, and the footsies. Oh.
Footsies, indeed. And that's one thing people underrepresent, right? Fireball is a footsie tool. That's what you use it for. You saw Tokido throw the first one, then he waited, and then EX. And Fuudo at that time, he was like, okay, he didn't throw another one. Now it's my time to move in, and boom, and he just tagged him with it. And that's what happens, right? You condition your opponent, and you make them afraid. Throwing a fireball, if your opponent jumps over it, you're dead. But if you make it a useful tool alongside your other attacks, it's very effective.
Nice. Tatsu into the corner. Demon flipping. You see Fuudo just lay there. Does not want to take any kind of setup that Tokido might have waiting. Gets the body splat, fights his way out of the corner, and what a confirm from that standing medium punch.
Yeah, you see that body splash right there? We just saw it again. It can throw off your anti-air timing because she hangs up in the air, right? And that's what he's doing. He's trying to throw off Tokido, not let him cleanly uppercut the Shoryuken, the anti-air.
You see Tokido just backing up, and once again, that dive kick throwing off the anti-air timing of Fuudo, and now he's pushing Fuudo to the corner right now in a fight back.
The EX Peach, there's the charge drop kick. Looking for pressure here, and Akuma with that V-trigger available. That's a lot of damage output. V-reversals the fireball. It was guaranteed.
And now you can see this pace is definitely benefiting. Oh, wow. I was going to say it's benefiting Fuudo, but this is going to be the round. Oh, wow.
One opportunity. That's all Akuma needs. His palms are never sweaty. The knees are never weak. He's pretty strong.
I'm pretty sure he's full with mom's spaghetti.
I mean, yeah, look at that hair. It's got to be. Punish on the fierce with a standing medium kick.
Crouch strong. Oh, wow. And now you see Tokido playing quite well. No test right there on that EX Demon flip. Blocks the low, and here comes Tokido with that neutral jump.
Yeah, that was super well done. There's the V reversal. You know, that forward fierce from Akuma where he chops like that is an advantage, right? It's +1. So you want to V reversal it. You don't want to let him get offense started afterwards. And look at the way Tokido is controlling the ground here. He's playing great. Now Fuudo, a lot more buttons.
Oh, wow. Anticipates the dash, hits him with a jab, and activate into trigger again, and Tokido up 2-0 over Fuudo.
Yeah, and that's why Akuma, I think, one of the strongest V-triggers in the game, if not the strongest, right? It gives you access to a ton of damage. Your uppercut, it knocks down after a hard knockdown. Your opponent will always wake up with the same timing. So it's one of those situations where it makes your whole character so much better. But it's just all these little things that add up, right? The fireball is better. The air fireball approach is really good. The uppercut is great. All those things add up, and then eventually you're just in trouble.
Yeah.
Picked up the wingless airplane.
one of the things I look at when I see Akuma be played is the fact that you can't hit buttons on wake up. And you mentioned before that hard knockdown definitely changes the scope of a game, especially for a character like Akuma with a lot of damage, a really high damage output, and a lot of crush counter and a lot of frame traps.
Exactly, and wow, rare moment where Tokido did not option select parry the V reversal. He's usually very consistent about that.
Yeah, and that's a really hard read. What a crush counter. Goes for a small reset. Tokido up back techs it. Uh-oh, activation on the trigger, like you said before, one of the strongest, if not the strongest, and the corner is in favor of Akuma right now, and he is trying to seal this deal right now in his first round of the last game, potentially. Oh, and like you said,
right out of it. Yeah, that red fireball, it's +8, which is quite a lot when you consider the fastest attack in the game is 3 frames, right? So it's super advantageous. It leaves you in a great spot. Punish on the fireball with that EX Peach. Very fast move as well from Mika. One of her best tools. What an answer. You know that Fuudo likes to walk under people and command throw them back in the corner, and that's why Tokido jumped there. Genius. And there's a punish on the charge dropkick.
Tokido looking really good right now. Get the sweep and no cancel into Nadeshiko, and Fuudo's going to have his work cut out for him if he wants to stay alive in this set.
Tokido with the throw. Any hit confirming from him now will kill. That is a punish. She can use the Fierce to try to make the follow-up not hit, but she will just armor right through.
Oh, EX Brimstone. Fuudo needs to make everything go his way. He needs this round if he's going to stay alive. Did that hit? No. Oh, what a test right there with that standing strong Fuudo trying to stay alive. Look at the stun bar and giant swing it to the corner, and Fuudo stays alive.
Did you see him walk right under the air fireball? Like, look, all right, you throw those fireballs. It's all good. I'm going to scoop you up, throw you back into this bank. Nice work from Fuudo. That's just like extreme character knowledge.
And I'm a huge Fuudo fan. I say this a lot, but
oh, yeah.
Fuudo is definitely one of those guys that you look at when it comes to making adjustments, finding tech to deal with certain situations, certain characters and players like Tokido.
Yeah, both of these guys really innovators for their characters, and you can see here in their play as well. Tokido crushed him out of the air. He gets a juggle afterwards. Very close to stun. A back throw will stun here. Oh, and he got him. Used the uppercut for the least amount of scaling. He should be able to kill here. There it is, a clean one for Tokido. Moves on 3-0 over Fuudo into the winners finals. He will be playing his teammate, Echo Fox's own Justin Wong, and that'll be in our top 3 of the bracket. So what a set for Tokido. Honestly, you can't get much more convincing than